students, I am here with another video from the chapter Motion and Time from class 7th NCERT book. Before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that till now what all things we have discussed in this chapter. So we started with the word motion, where I have told you about how is the object moving and when it is said that the object is moving. So if we are talking about that an object is moving, it means that it is changing its place. There is a change in the position. Okay, so this means that an object is moving because it is changing its position. So if now we have also studied about the different types of motion, that is, it could be slow and fast, it could be the uniform and non-uniform motion, it could be the oscillatory motion, it could be rotational motion. Okay, so we have studied about many types of motion in yesterday's topic. Okay, so I have just given the introduction. Now in this chapter we need to know about the two types of motion, that is, one is the slow and fast motion and the second is the uniform and non-uniform motion. So when we have talked about the slow and the fast motion, which is dependent upon how can you decide that whether an object is moving slowly or it is moving in a fast way. So when we are talking about slow or fast motion, it means that we are talking simply taking the relationship between the distance and time. Now the relation between the distance and time is the ratio of distances to time that becomes the speed. So speed, the formula for speed was distance upon time is equal to speed, and we have seen that on the basis of the different types of speed, we can also find out that whether the object is moving slowly or it is moving in a fast manner. So if it is moving in a slow manner, it means that its speed is less, and if the object is moving in a fast motion, it means that its speed is more. Okay, so speed is directly proportional, and it could say that whether an object is moving in a slow or in a fast manner. Next we talked about was the types of motion, was that it was the uniform and non-uniform motion. Okay, so there are two types of motion, it could be uniform and non-uniform motion. Now based upon the fact that whether the speed of any object is more or less, we can say that the object is traveling fast or slow. Now based upon this fact that whether an object is traveling at a particular distance in a particular interval of time, it means that it is covering the equal distance in equal interval of time, then we can say it is the uniform motion. Okay, and if we say that if an object is traveling in a non-uniform manner, how it is so? That when an object is covering up more distance in less time, or less distance in more time, or if unequal distance traveled in equal interval of time, okay, or both the things are unequal. If distance is equal and time is unequal, if it is equal, this is unequal. Okay, or you should write like this: if the distance is equal and but time is not equal, okay, then also it becomes non-uniform motion. Or if we say that the distance is also not equal, time is also not equal, if time is equal but distance is not equal, in all these three cases, whether the time is equal or not, the distance is equal or not, it means that we could say in these three cases the motion which is said to be as non-uniform motion. Why? Because of the fact that whenever an object is traveling with a non-uniform speed, it means it is showing you the non-uniform motion. Okay, so this was about the topic which we discussed yesterday, and also I have given you how to plot a graph when you have been given the data, and also we have discussed about the numericals based upon the distance, speed and time. Okay, so today also we are going to discuss some numericals and we will draw the graph so that it becomes a practice, and I hope that you all have understood the fact that how the motion is becoming equal. If we are having the graph in a straight line, it means that it is showing you uniform motion. If the graph is not in a straight line, it is showing you a non-uniform motion. Okay, so we come on to the topic of this, how to plot a graph. Before plotting a graph, I must revise that we have studied yesterday that at x-axis and at y-axis what all things we are taking. We are taking at x-axis, we are taking the time, and in y-axis we are taking the distance. Okay, so if we are taking the time at x-axis and distance at y-axis, we can plot the graph very nicely, very easily when we are having the data. Okay, so this is known as, this is how we are going to plot the graph when data is being provided to us. And if we get a straight line, it means that it is showing you the uniform motion. Okay, and just opposite to it, when we are not having the data, and if we are having the data also, and if we are getting that if the distance which is traveled is unequal in equal interval of time, or whenever the distance as well as the time both are unequal, then also we can say that this type of motion, this type of speed will be non-uniform speed. Okay, so we have also studied about these things yesterday, and today also I'll continue the same thing, and we'll just plot a graph first of all, and then we will go on to the next topic. Okay, so we'll plot two graphs so that it will be a practice for you to how to plot a uniform speed graph or uniform motion graph and a non-uniform motion graph. For that you need to have the data with you. So what data we will use here is, we will have the distance and we will have the time. Okay, now what distance and time? Distance is in meter and time is in seconds. So what about the distance? It is 0. Distance means 0 meter in 0 seconds, then 5 meter in 5 seconds, 5 meter distance is traveled in 20 seconds. Okay, then 10 meters in 40 seconds, then again 15 meters in 60 seconds, and also 20 meters in 80 seconds. Now we will say that how is this graph being plotted. Now we'll draw a graph. Okay, it will be x-axis and y-axis. Okay, and then we are going to plot these things. So at the x-axis we have time, okay, which is in seconds, which is being plotted in this manner, and distance is plotted in this manner in the y-axis. Okay, now when we are going to plot this, how we are going to plot? We are going to scale first. It is 0. We have written already 0, then 20, then 40, then 60, and then 80 seconds. Okay, similarly we can also plot the things here. 10, it is 5, then 10, then 15, then 20. Okay, and we are going to draw the graph in the same manner. For 20, for 0 we have 0, it means we are starting from here. Then for 5 seconds, for 5 meters we have 20 seconds. At 20 seconds the distance travelled was 5 meters. At 40 seconds the distance travelled was 10 meters. At 60 seconds the distance travelled was 15 meters. Okay, so here, then at 80 seconds the distance travelled was 20 meters. Okay, now we will join all these points and we are going to get that it is a straight line. And please use the scale and the sharp pencil to draw the graph. Okay, so just draw the graph in the manner that you have to draw it in a very it should be neat and clean, so that you can all understand how to plot this graph. Okay, so I'll just rub it off and I'll tell you how to draw this graph again. And now I think you all have written the data in your copy, and we'll just plot this graph once again. Okay, so I'll show you in the space like this. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. Just remember to plot all the things. This is origin. This is time on x-axis in seconds at this manner, and this is distance. Okay, you can write like this, or you can write only D. Then it is in meters. You can plot the graphs now. You can plot the scales first. So we have the time of 0 till 80. So 20, 40, 60 and 80. Okay, just have equal interval of time. Then after that, you have to plot this distance. So we have 0, then 5, then 10, then again 20, then 15, then 20, and yes, this is the last one. Now next we will see that at 20 seconds 5 meters were covered. So at 0 it was 0, 5 it was 20, then 40 it was 10. We will take at the time 40, and the distance was 10 meters. After that 60, the distance was 15 meters. Similarly at 80 we have 20 meters. Okay, so at 15 this is 60. Okay, so we can take that, we will draw that the graph is having it is falling at a straight line. Okay, so it means that when we are going to draw it with a scale, it is going to come in an accurate form. So the distance between these points should be equal. The distance between these points should be equal. Okay, then only we can have the graph in a straight line. So this is a graph on the it is showing you the uniform motion. So a graph showing uniform motion. Okay, so this is a graph which is showing you the uniform motion. So this is how you can write and plot the graph in the same manner as I have drawn here. Okay, so please remember to draw all the things or to plot all the points here, so that and you have to take care that each and everything is drawn over here. Okay, so this is all about the graph, how to plot it. Now I'll just come up with the next graph, that is the graph on non-uniform motion. Okay, I'll just tell you about the non-uniform motion graph now. So we have discussed this graph that shows you about the uniform motion and the speed which we will take out by using this data. This is going to tell you about the uniform speed. Okay, so the motion which is being given by this graph is always a uniform motion, whereas the speed which is given by this graph that we are going to calculate, we will be getting a speed that will be the uniform speed. Okay, so this is all about the graph which is related with the uniform motion. Now I'm going to tell you about the graph which is going to depict the non-uniform motion. Okay, so I'll first write down the data and then I'll tell you how to draw a non-uniform motion graph. Okay, so I'll just write down the data quickly. So I'll show you how is this non-uniform motion graph is being drawn. As you know that whenever we are using this non-uniform motion graph, it means that it is always going to be in a zigzag manner. It is not going to come in a straight line. Okay, so let's find out whether this is, which I am saying is correct or not. So we will write the data first. In one part we'll write down the distance, and in the second part we are going to write down the time. Okay, for time 0 seconds, it is in second and distance is in meter. You need to know the units also, because the standard unit for calculating the speed is the meter per second. Okay, and the standard unit of distance is meter, whereas the standard unit of the time is seconds. So we are going to take all the standard international units only. So here it says when we are talking about the distance, it is 0 time, it is going to travel 0 meters. Then if 5 seconds is there, it is going to travel how much? 20 meters. Then 15 in 45 seconds. Okay, in 20 seconds it is traveling 5 meters. Okay, just write like this. In 20 seconds it is going to travel 5 meters. If 40 seconds is there, or take 45 seconds, we will, this body is traveling 15 meters. In 50 seconds, it is going to travel how much? 30 meters. Okay, then in 55 seconds, it is traveling 40 meters. Okay, and one more data is there, that is in 30 seconds, how much? That is 60 meters. Fine. Now let us draw this graph. Let us see how is this going to come. Okay, so I'll make a graph here, and then x-axis, y-axis. Let's see what is the variation in the number. So we have 0 till 60 seconds. Second was also there. Okay, time was about how much? Again, in 30 seconds, you should say that how much time is there. Okay, now we'll take this from 0 till 60. So we'll take like this. If we take 15, 10 is also there, so you could take as 10. We'll take as 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, 60 seconds. This is x-axis. This is time. This is distance. Okay, in meters. Now you need to draw this. This is from 10, how much? 0 till 40. You need to take 0 till 60. You need to take. Again, you will draw here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. 40, 50, and 60. Okay, I'll just remove this. So we'll draw a graph. Now with 0 time interval, how much is the distance traveled in 0? It is 0. In 20 seconds, how much distance is 5? Somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here. Then in 45 seconds, how much distance is traveled? It's 15. In 45 seconds, somewhere here, and it is traveling is about 15. That is here. 45, it is here. Next is 50. We have 50 seconds and the distance traveled is 30. It's here. Okay. Then in 55 seconds, that is here, it is 40. It is 40. Then again in 60 seconds, the distance became 30. Now you need to draw this with free hand. As you could see, is not a straight line. It is not a straight line. So it means that whenever we are drawing, whenever we are seeing this, it is not a straight line. It means this is the graph showing non-uniform motion. Why it is a non-uniform motion? It is because this graph is not a straight line. As you could see somewhere, this is in a curved way. So this type of graph, which whenever a curved line is seen, it is always showing you the non-uniform motion. Now if we need to calculate the speed with this data, we can get that the speed is also uneven. So how is the speed uneven? Let's find out. If we take the distance, if we take this time as 10 seconds and distance as 5 meters, then what will be the speed? Speed is equal to distance upon time. 5 by 10, it is 0.5. Okay. Next we will calculate about, see, 0.5. Okay. And next we will calculate about more, that is for 30 seconds, or you could say take this 45 seconds. The speed was, the time was 45 seconds and the speed was how much? 15. So what would be the answer? Okay, so it will be 3 meter per second. So as you could see that at 2 points we have taken, at one point it is 0.5, and at the next point you got the answer as 3 meter per second. So we can see that the speed is also varying. If we are getting a varying speed, it means that the graph which is drawn is always of a non-uniform motion, and the speed which is being shown is a speed of non-uniform. It is a non-uniform speed. Okay, so this is all about the graphs which we need to draw, which we need to practice, and then you could also practice some more graphs. And please remember, whenever you are getting a straight line, it is a uniform speed graph, and whenever you are getting a curved line, it means it is a non-uniform. It is showing you non-uniform motion. Now if non-uniform motion is there, you are going to get the speed as a non-uniform speed, and whenever the uniform motion is there, you will always get the speed as uniform speed. Okay, so this is about the uniform and non-uniform motion. Now let's find out the next few more numericals are there which we need to practice, as I have told you the formula, how to calculate the speed, how to calculate the distance, how to calculate the time. So I'll write down the first question. The very first question here is that a car takes okay, before that I'll take one simple question. First of all, there is a conversion. Convert kilometer per hour, how much? 72 kilometer per hour into meter per second. So this is a very common conversion which you have to do while solving the numericals, because if the distance is not given in the standard unit, you need to find out the distance in the standard unit. If the time is not given in the standard unit, you have to find out the time in standard unit. Till the time it is been asked in your question that you have to convert this in kilometer per hour. You need to take the distance in meters and time in seconds. Without these two values, if you are not equating these two values, you are not going to get the correct answer. So please remember that you will always use the distance in meters and time in seconds. Okay, so this is all about the way how you are going to calculate. So I'll just tell you how to convert these things into meter per second, convert the value into meter per second. Okay, so we have 72 kilometer per hour with us, and then we will calculate this in meter per second. Okay, so for calculating this, you need to know the conversion. 1 kilometer is equal to how many meters? It is 1000 meters. Okay, and what about this? And this is 1 hour has 60 minutes, and 1 minute has 60 seconds. Okay, so it has 60 seconds. Now we will find out how we will convert this 72 kilometer per hour into meter per second in a very easy way. Okay, so simply write down 72 kilometer per hour. We need to calculate this. For example, this 72 kilometer will have how many meters? 72 into 1000 meter. It is going to convert it into 1000. When we are going to multiply this 72 into 1000, it will become, the complete distance will become in meter. And what about time? Time is given per hour. It means the hour is 1. So in 1 hour we have 60 minutes into 60 seconds. Okay, or simply we'll write down S here. Okay, now we can cancel this. How you are going to cancel? You will cancel this and then you will find out the answer. So this is 0, this is 0. Then what about? Calculate it. How much you are going to get? Then you will calculate. Then 1 carry here. After that 6 4s. So this is 4 into 5. That is equal to 20 meter per second. So the answer would be 20 meter per second. Okay, as you could see here, it is 20 meter per second. So children, this is how you are going to solve the numerical, and this is a very easiest way to solve. And yes, one more thing is there. Now one shortcut is there how to calculate this meter per second. You simply multiply this 72 kilometer per hour into 5 by 18 and you will get the same answer. As you could see here, you need not to calculate so much. So what you will do is you will simply multiply this 72 kilometer per hour into 5 by 18. Why 5 by 18? If you are going to divide this 1000 upon 60 into 60, you are going to get 5 by 18. So we need not to calculate this much. So we can write down directly by multiplying 5 by 18 into this kilometer per hour. So we will get 20 meter per second. Okay, so this is about the very easy method, as you could calculate this directly. And if you need to calculate this, convert this meter per second, for example, if you need to convert this 20 meter per second into kilometer per hour, let's check. How will you correct it? So we'll just reciprocate it. We'll multiply this 20 into 18 by 5. Okay, we'll just multiply it, just reverse. Okay, now next 18 into 4 will get 72 kilometers per hour. Okay. So here this you can see easily we are calculating by converting this into meter per second into kilometer per hour, or you are converting the kilometer per hour into meter per second very easily by multiplying it by 5 by 18. If you need to convert the complete this kilometer per hour into meter per second, and if you need to convert meter per second into kilometer per hour, you need to just reciprocate it, just convert it by multiplying 18 by 5. Now we'll do some more conversions. You need to convert, I'll write down the next question. You need to convert 18 kilometer per hour into meter per second. Okay, we'll do the long method first. 18 kilometer per hour you need to convert. So 1 kilometer has how much? 1000 meters, and 1 hour has how much? 60 into 60 seconds. Okay, so we'll multiply this 18 into 1000 divided by 60 into 60. You will get directly, you can cut 6 ones are 6, 18, 6 3s are 18. Then you could convert this also, 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10, 3 5s are 15 by 3. Okay, 15 by 3. Yes, so here we can cut this 3 also, so we'll get as 5 meter per second. We are not going to write, just we can cancel this also. 1 3 ones are 3, 3 ones are 3. Okay, so we'll get 5 into 5 meter per second. Now if you need, this is a long method by which you could calculate the speed in meter per second by multiplying this by 1000 and dividing it by 3600. Okay, 3600. Okay, then after that what happens, you can calculate this in a very simple way also. That shortcut method also I'll tell you how to do that. So if you have 18 kilometer per hour, 18 will be multiplied by what number? I have told you just now. It will be multiplied by 5 by 18. And as you could see that we can cancel this 18 by 18, we get 5 meter per second. The speed is 5 meter per second. Okay, so next we'll calculate one more question. Now we'll do it and again in the shortcut way and the long cut way first. So the first in detail, that is we need to convert this 36 kilometer per hour into meter per second. Okay, so we'll convert this 36 into 1000 divided by 60 into 60. 6 6 6 6 cancelled. Okay, and then next is we will get 10 meter per second. We are getting 10 meter per second. Now if you need to do in a shortcut way, what you are going to do, 36 multiplied by 5 by 18. So we'll get, it is 5 by 18, we'll get 2 the 5 to the 10 meter per second. This is how you are going to calculate this as 10 meter per second. You will get the answer. Fine. So this was about how to convert the numericals, how to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second. Now let us convert this. If I take this 5 meter per second, okay, you need to convert this in kilometer per hour. Just multiply it by reciprocating 5 into 18 by 5. It gives you 18 kilometer per hour. Okay. Similarly, if you need to convert meter per second, that is 10 meter per second, you can get as 10 into 18 by 5. 5 to the 10, 18 to the 36 meter per second. So this is how you can get and check your answer while converting the things. So this is how you can get the answer, and it's very easy way to calculate this, convert this meter per second by multiplying it by 5 by 18 when you need to convert it into meter per second, and you need to multiply it by 5 by 18 by 5 when you need to convert this in kilometer per hour. Just remember these two key rules for converting. Okay, so this was all about how to convert the speed when it is given in meter per second and how to convert the speed when it is given in kilometer per hour. Okay, so I think this is quite easy for you all, and it might be interesting for you all to calculate these conversions. I have told you both the methods. In the long cut method also I have told you, and I have given you the shortcut methods. So please remember, when you have to calculate the meter per second into kilometer per hour, you need to divide it by, or you just multiply it by just reciprocating it, 18 into 5. Now I'll just write down one more question quickly. A truck is going to travel, a truck travels how much? 540 kilometers in 4.5 hours. Okay, find the speed. You need to find the speed. How will you find out? You have distance. What is the distance? It is 540 kilometer. What is the time? You have 4.5 hours. You will just write down the formula for speed. Speed is equal to distance upon time, which becomes 540 divided by 4.5. This decimal goes off, then it becomes one more 0, and you are going to cancel this. What you will get? You will get as the answer, if you will cancel this, 5 9s are 45, 5 1s are 5, 5 0, then 8, then 0, then 9, 9 1s are 9, 9 2s are 18. Okay, so you'll get the answer as 120 kilometer per hour. So the answer is 120 kilometer per hour. Okay, so this is about how to solve the numericals. Just like to, whenever we have this question, these types of question, we can calculate directly by keeping this in our mind, that how we need to solve this. Write down the formula, that is speed is equal to distance upon time. So here we got the distance as 5400 divided by 45. So we got the answer as 120 kilometer per hour. Okay, so this is about how to calculate the speed. So children, we have solved so many questions, and I have taught you how to draw the graph of the uniform motion and the non-uniform motion. If the graph is in a straight line, we can say that the graph is of uniform motion and it shows you the uniform speed. It gives you the uniform speed, which means that equal distance is traveled in equal interval of time. Similarly, if we have the curved lines, then we could see that this is showing you about the non-uniform speed, okay, where the unequal distance is traveled in unequal interval of time. Okay, so just by seeing these things, you can easily calculate the speed also. You can just make an idea that whether the speed will be uniform or non-uniform. Similarly, we have solved the conversions also, and I have taught you how to convert the meter per second into kilometer per hour and also kilometer per hour into meter per second. And lastly, some numericals are also solved. So, okay, so that's all for today's video, children. I'll meet you all in the next video with the next topics to be discussed.